We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Chargers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Play action. It's Burrow. That's caught by Warner out left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
To number 82.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They run with Ford. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 2nd down, Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get this one. closer to midfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and inches.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. This is Ford. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he'll look downfield for Waller. This is intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
At the 45-yard line.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
2nd and 6. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Flush to his right. And it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but out for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll let this go deep for Bull. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at 13 now on 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now Saquon Barkley. Oh, look at the juke. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. We're scoreless after 1. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll look downfield for Waller.
That was an interesting... Look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Casey Hayward, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked in terms of...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on fourth down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, C.J. Mosman. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's caught inside the 25. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 49 yards. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On first down, it's fourth. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Number 24.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Number 82.
An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that.
5-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense. This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They'll try and run for it with Ford. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
Back at the 6-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's fourth down. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And he'll be brought down at about the 4. He didn't get in, nowhere close. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Charger drive about to get going. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw here. He's got his man on the out route. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. 8 yards, first down, as they're able to convert. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. We'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The end result, 21 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. At the 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A man with a crossing route. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to...
Nowhere to go. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Officially, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse it through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They will start this drive with 4. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This time Burrow will look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far. And it was again on the last play.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is fielded at the 27. And he will score. Touchdown. He returns that punt 73 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
And that jumps the excitement level up a few notches, doesn't it? What a big-time punt return for a touchdown. Now their cohorts on the special team side, they've got to add the PAT.
That would be the equalizer. Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Landon Collins. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Take it from just outside the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, no, complete. That's Rose. And he's got the 1st down here and then some, but a penalty flag down. This could very well be coming back. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now back to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Looking to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he returns this to the 22.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Preston Smith there on the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Still 9 remaining on second down. They'll run it again with Barkley. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Well, he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And the Chargers are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Dean not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him or let him work through.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Jets 21, Chargers 7. Aldrich Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. The decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34. On first down, Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
4-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise,
And he's going to go down. Back in his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Well, credit that sack to Robert Quinn.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Here's Burrow. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
19 yards. First down, Jets.
Now it's Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. The quick throw by Burrow is complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for New York. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Escaping the pressure right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
On play action, they'll throw. They got a man. It's Woods. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pressure gets to him again. Myles Garrett, and the Jets are going to get the football back. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Looks like he'll throw here.
He'll air this one out deep for Dave.
And got his man complete. That's a run to work. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their...